Well, it's finally time for me to do the ultimatum. That is, ranking all 35 songs in this year's Eurovision Song Contest. And I'm gonna share my own thoughts on all of them right away because this is going to be a while. So with that, let's get this ranking started. So hey guys, it's me, Duncan Nichols, and you probably know me as a Filipino Eurovision fan, at least ever since 2020-ish or 2022, depending on what I have to say that. But yeah, in today's video, of course, I'm gonna show all my thoughts on all 35 songs that we got in this year's Eurovision Song Contest. That means we're gonna take a look at some of the songs that made me impressed, songs that made me okay, but some made me great. But of course, as we know, there will be some major developments. Of course, to make this even more fair and more, objective or authoritative or something like that, I'll include Israel into the list. Despite the recent situations regarding to that country, I will still include Israel to the list because I have rated the song honestly, and it doesn't even acknowledge just the recent developments that happened in that country, that is the Gaza war, and please don't talk about politics in this context. And also, for the Spanish Eurofans, unfortunately, Grox and LUCYCALYS will not be included in this list since they are not considered a Eurovision participant, since Benidorm Fest was supposed to be a Eurovision selection for Spain, but it did not. It became an independent national selection, national show of its own, musical festival of some sorts, because Spain just withdrew from the Eurovision Song Contest. But I'll be explaining Grox and LUCYCALYS a little more in my NF120 video, which will come out real soon. So with that out of the way, and all those notes have officially been noted, let's get my ranking started right now. So let's get started with number 35 on the list. Serbia, Slovenia, Crimea. And first of all, the song is sort of an golf, because you may know golf in a couple of Eurovision contests, of course, a couple of Melody Grand Prix, that is a golf minister. But Slovenia, well, to be honest, this was deep. The screams is so wild, but the overall tone is but to be honest, the song is so wild that I have to say this gets a B tier. So I really like this song, but still, it was great for the most part. Especially the lyrics is okay, but I really like how the main lead screamed. So yeah, number 34, Vanilla Ninja, who represented Switzerland over 21 years ago, will officially return to the contest, representing their home country, Estonia, with the song Too Epic to Be True. And yes, too epic to not be qualified, as what many people have to say. The song is okay. There's a couple of things I have to note about this song. The vocals were great, but the overall tone is 2000s-ish, which would not be competitive for Scenic Way this year. So unfortunately for this, I have to say that the lyrics and the tone is way 2000s, but their vocals is still great. So A- for them. Unfortunately, I might say that Estonia would have their first non-qualification in a while, if that's the case. But we'll explain a little more about qualification and non-qualification predictions very soon, so stick around. Up next is Jonas Love representing Norway with the song Yeah Yeah Yeah. Thankfully, we didn't get an Alexander way back again, because we shouldn't have that same result as this. But Jonas Love, really? That sets up the tone a little bit, because the song is pretty much as I have to say about Too Epic to Be True as well. But his vocals were great, and the overall chorus is decent. But there's only as much to say about Yeah Yeah Yeah, except that this song is in fact a very decent one, so A- for him. So yeah, I think this will be another NQ moment for them for the first time ever since they last qualified. They didn't qualify for the recent time. I think around 2016, some sorts, I can't remember. I think in the mid 2010s, but this will be the first time doing so. I don't think so, but we'll find out eventually. Up next, number 32, Jiva with Just Go, representing Azerbaijan. This ballad is okay. Her focus is good, but the lyrics is very alright though. It's a mix of English and Azerbaijani, but the overall message is pretty much basically the way it is. So A-. minus for her. So A minus. There's only as much to add about this song. Number 31, I think number 31. Yeah, 31, Saldavici representing Italy with the song Per Sempre Si. I kind of like his vocals, but the overall tone is really great. It's basically what Italian music is all about, but still, the lyrics are. Hold on. Whoops, I just got allergies. But the song is. I'm sorry, I have to say the lyrics is pretty impressive, but yeah, it is basically what I have to say about it. So, Per Sempre Si gets an A minus. Next is Advara with the song Anna, representing Latvia, and from her national final performance, it was way amazing. You see, Silhouette, of course. That's basically what this song has been titled after, and being Shadow in Latvian, and of course the shards, to be honest. But I really love the song, which is very impressive. It was a powerful ballad, and I really love her vocals as much as I have to say. There was only as much to say about it, so A minus for Anna. Yeah. And up next on the list, needless to say, is a very great song, but it would be a very great one to make it through, especially the fact that I really love the overall tone, but still, I don't think if this would qualify. Daniel Siska with Crossroads, representing Czechia. First of all, the song is pretty beautiful, especially on its nature. I really love his vocals, but the overall tone is so impressive. But the lyrics, it's too decent enough to give it an A minus. But hopefully the I might say the performance in the semi-final would be great, but we'll see about that. Up next is Ainen with the song Bella, finally participating in Eurovision for the first time in his life, ever since multiple attempts at getting into the Maltese Eurovision Song Contest national selection. And he's bringing Bella with us. The song is beautiful, very Bella. I really love his vocals, and the overall tone is very impressive. The lyrics is still good, but I really like it. So, A minus. Up next is Ali's, which will represent Albania with the song None, and it's about his mom, I think. That's what it says, because I really love the message of the song. I really love his vocals and everything else. It is very impressive, but still, it gives it an A minus. So, who knows? Up next is Veronica Fusaro with the song Alice, representing Switzerland. Alice, yes, somehow Alice and Alice back to back. Whoops, but don't confuse with that, because this is Alice, not Alice, and her vocals is great, but the so-called alternative rock thing that was basically experimental in some of her songs, I think, is great, and it's decent to see the lyrics because it's basically what it is. But the overall tone is alright, so A minus for her. Don't think if this will qualify. Up next is Ezila with the song Dancing on the Ice, representing Belgium. Oh boy, we got our first female vocalist in a while. It's been a couple of years. I think the last time we received this was in 2021. And now we finally got a female vocalist in a while for Belgium. So the vocals were, great. The tone is a little climatic, but the overall tone is so stylish. But to be honest, the song might be great, but I don't think if this might qualify or not. But we'll see if this will continue their non-qualification streak. So A minus for Zilla. Up next is Look Mom No Computer with the song Eins Zwei Drei, which somehow has the title in German despite the songs being all in English. Yes, I'm talking about a YouTuber here that creates very interesting instruments, of course, from an organ made out of Furbies, I think, from what I can remember. But Sam Bato putting all this into this song is interesting. Like, the lyrics is so okay, but the overall tone is so hilarious, to say the least. But the chorus is so deep a little much, but still, it was really hilarious. But I really liked the overall tone of the song, which is a little bit electro pop some sort. So A minus for the United Kingdom, which is the country that no computer will represent. Up next, she's back. Senhit. Yes, Senhit will return to the contest after 5 years. She last participated in 2021 with Florida with the song Adrenalina, representing the same country that is San Marino. And now she will represent San Marino again with the song Superstar, featuring uncredited vocals from Boy George. Yes, she's collaborating on it again. First we got Florida, and now this. To be honest, it's not that great an Adrenalina for the most part. The lyrics are okay, but her vocals are still great. But Boy George, man, this is alright though, but only a little portion of it. But to be honest, the song is pretty much a downgrade from Adrenalina or Freaky. That was a post 2020 entry, by the way. And yeah, there's nothing else much to say about it. So A minus for San Marino. And this song might be impressive things to its message. And I'm talking about Satoshi with the song Viva Moldova, representing Moldova. The message is clear, showing the pride of his country, that is Moldova. Nothing else to say about this. The vocals, impressive. Even Leona Moon's vocals, if I remember her name, of course, her vocals is so great, but they sort of remove a couple of hers, but they managed to keep her before the final chorus, which is impressive. Also, in the replay I'm talking about here, there were some couple of changes. So instead of Republika Moldova, in some instances we got Welcome to Moldova. So that was showing respect of your country to showcase to the world. So that was impressive. I really loved the message. So yeah, needless to say, it was impressive, but still, I think the staging would be great. So A minus for him. Satoshi, you slayed with this. And that's basically the A minus tier, of course. Love Vanilla Ninja, Jonas Love, Jiva Saldavici, Advara, Daniel Siska, Aiden, Alice, Veronica Fusaro, Izila, Lumamnon Computer, Senhit, and Satoshi, all within the A minus tier. And now we're going to go things up as we get to the A tier. So let's get started. But first off, of course, I also want to mention, please like this video, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. You can also check out my socials, my link tree, if you want to see me on some of my socials, including X, Instagram, and DeviantArt. First up in the A tier is Bandidos do Cante with the song Rosa, representing Portugal. Now, before you ask, this was one of the two acts that said yes to Eurovision if they win Festival de Canção. The other was Andrea Amaro, and yeah, there's nothing else much to say about this. But to be honest, they just saved ITB from paying the EBU for withdrawing the contest mid-preparations, thankfully for us. But the song's impressive. It's beautiful. Like, the message is so impressive. I really love the vocals, but the lyrics is so amazing. And they even brought a violence in their performance in the grand final of Festival de Canção, or in the semi-final as well. I think the second. But it is very impressive to see all this, making Portugal a country that might be cynical for its participants decide to say no to Eurovision if they win Festival de Canção. But this thing, well, that turned things around. And especially because they said yes to Eurovision, even the fans of Bandidos do Cante, even some Festival de Canção listeners or something like that, viewers or something like that, really loved the song that they didn't even rig the show. They did not, of course. They just said that this was their favorite. And it did. Bandidos do Cante won Festival de Canção, and they represent Portugal. And this song was beautiful, that I have to give it an A tier for them. So beautiful, so beautiful. I don't know if they'll qualify or not, but we'll see. Up next is Cosmo with Tanshine, representing the host country, Austria. And, yeah, the tone is okay, but his vocals were deep, but still okay. But the tone is something like the lyrics is interesting. But I really like the overall dance with that. Even the performance did as well. So very okay, but still great song. So A tier for him. Up next is Eva Maria with the song Mother Nature, representing Luxembourg, and that song wanted to, I think, implicate that of Alexander Reebox's songs. Of course, we got a little mix of, hold on. We got a mix a little of Emily DeForest and Jamala and Alexander Reebok all in one performance. And this song, well, needless to say, it was impressive. I really love her vocals. The lyrics is good, but the tone is so great. And even the violin makes its appearance, which is nice because that was her dream. Having the piano was her dream, and she have it, and now she'll bring it to the world, which is very amazing. Very interesting story. So, A tier for her. I really love the song, but still, it is beautiful. And as I just said earlier, I'll be including this in the list despite the recent situations with this country. And now you know what I'm talking about, Israel. The representative is Noam Betan with the song Michelle. And compared to the last 2 years, we just got very cry out loud ballads. This song was a mix of an ballad with some of a little pop some sorts, which is an interesting thing. But I don't think if this would win the show because the song is beautiful, the lyrics is impressive, but his vocals were great. But I don't think if this would win because the EBU just straightening the rules of voting and whatever resisting is blah 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 blah. But to be honest, the song is beautiful. But needless to say that I don't think this might win. But we'll see because it might have a possible chance of winning Eurovision. But if it does, then oh boy. So A tier for Michel. Up next and above him is Lion Sika with the song Solo Quiero Más representing Lithuania. Somehow we got a song with a Spanish language. Somehow. The lyrics of the song is impressive. And compared to his last year's Strawberry, which was Eurovision.LT and song that finished second, only lost to Catharsis. The song is an opposite of that. Instead of mix of a pop and hello stuff or electric stuff, we got a beautiful ballad and a mix of electric beats of some stuff. But his vocals is impressive and the overall tone is amazing. So A tier. Hopefully they will continue that streak. But there will be a couple of interesting things that this video can bring us. Okay, moving on with Alicia with song Pray, representing Poland. And yes, Alicia, remember Eurovision 2020? She was supposed to be Poland's Eurovision 2020 representative, but of course, we know she didn't even had to come back for the 2021 contest. TPP selected another one, this time a Rayo, and now Alicia is now back to the scene with this song Pray, which is impressive. I love her vocals, but the overall tone is so impressive. The ensemble and the chorus is so interesting, but I really love the overall tone of the song, which is amazing. So A tier for Pray. There's not else much to say about the song. And up next on the list somehow that Eamon had to say was alright for the most part, but yeah, that song is Simon with the song Paloma Rumba, representing Armenia. And somehow, the guy who brings us I Papawe Bye to our ears somehow made it to the Eurovision scene just 1 year after finishing second and the country's national selection. Somehow, for some reason, Armenian public TV has some development with this, but the vocals were okay for the most part because it is what it is, and there was a little bit some sorts. His erratic message and other some stuff is very okay, but this is a very interesting song that I had to say. It was alright. The tone is hilariously good, but still, it was a very great song for that matter. So, A tier for Armenia. I don't know what's going on with this country now since just go through a lot of things, of course. And moving on, we have Dava with the song Banga Wanga, bringing Bulgaria back to the Eurovision scene after a while. Oh, and by the way, Bulgaria was one of the 3 returnees. The other is Moldova that we mentioned earlier, and Romania, which I'll get to her in a moment. Now, Dava with the song Banga Wanga is truly a banger. Yes, indeed, Banga Wanga is a banger, of course. And that's why at some point I think at her Voice of Bulgaria coaching time, of course, she'll rename her team to the Bangers according to this song. But yeah, the overall tone is great, but I really love the dance break and also the overall lyrics as well. Her focus is great, so A tier. Up next is Tamara Sivkovic with the song Nova Zora representing Montenegro. Finally, we have a good song for Montenegro. Oh, of course, Montenegro. Finally, a good song, but still a great song. I really love her vocals, of course. The overall tone is impressive, but the lyrics is so great. Also, of course, the chorus is so wild. Of course, a couple of backup singers or something like that. So, A tier for Nova Zora. Sarah Engels with the song Fire, representing Germany. It's a mix of Fuego with a couple of other stuff, like Firefighter or some sorts. Fuego plus Firefighter plus a bit of slow-mo and other girl bops equals this song from Germany. Which is weird. Never have ever seen this concept again. We already seen a couple of times, but this song, it's weird. The lyrics were a little messy, but her vocals is great, and the tone is impressive that I give it an 8 here. This is odd, but who knows. And she is back. Romania's back, baby. Alexandra Capitanescu with the song Choke Me. I love her vocals. I love the song, and of course everything that the song brings. The screams, the operatic voice that kind of makes similar to that of either Melody or Nemo, and of course the overall waffling in the song, which is very great. So A tier for Alexandra Capitanescu. Great song. I really love it, and I think this would bring Romania their first win if their performance would impact this. And next up is Antigone with the song Jala representing Cyprus. The song is, to be honest, a great bop for the most part. I love her vocals, and I love everything that the song has brought to me, and of course, the chorus, the dance break, and a couple of things. But, the lyrics is very okay, but a little emphasis on more. You want more? Something like that. Because more is Jala. Indeed, Jala is more in Greek or Cypriot. But, very great song, but still, it blends a couple of Cypriot culture with this. So, which is impressive. A tier. And we got the Junior Eurovision 2008 winners, Biskebi with the song On Replay, representing Georgia. Somehow. And this was great. I really love this song. Their vocals is so amazing, and the dance break is so impressive that I give it an 8 here. I really love their, vocals, of course. The lyrics is impressive, and there's only as much to say about it. Hopefully, this will be qualified. This will qualify, of course. Since they were Eurovision legends in technically Junior Eurovision way, I think the song would be great for them. So let's hope for the best. And now we're getting to the winners, possible winners of side of things, but we'll get a little more real soon. So we got Søren Toppegaard Lund, but also Fabrikheim representing Denmark. And at first, the song is basically a very great song. Her vocals is great, and the overall tone is impressive. But once we get through Dance Melody Grand Prix, the show, his performance, his vocals is way more epic. This, the lead up to the final chorus is impressive, but the staging is more well amazed, and I really love it. But I think Denmark would finally have their first win in a while if the song would get through it. So I really hope Denmark for the best. This song would be amazing. Of course, as I said, this is amazing, and I really love it. So 8 here for Denmark. Up next is Delta Gudrun with the song Eclipse representing Australia, and this is also a very great song. Her vocals is impressive, of course. She is indeed a pop icon. The overall tone is amazing, and everything else is so amazing, of course. The lyrics is so clear, so A tier. Now into the A+. Yes, number... hold on. Sixth on the list is Leleka with the song Withdrew representing Ukraine. Yes, of course, we're talking about peace again. Of course, peace in Ukraine in such a context, and this song is so impressive that I have to say this was beautiful. Her focus is amazing. The lyrics of the song is well connected to the overall message of peace, and everything else is so amazing to hear. This very amazing song that I have to say, this is beautiful. So, A plus. And unrelated to the Leleka, Lelek, with the song Andromeda representing Croatia. It was indeed an ensemble. It was truly cinema. For the most part, their vocals is so amazing, the overall tone is amazing, the lyrics is amazing, so overall, A plus. Up next, we have a Nemo or JJ clone, this time Monroe with the song Brigade, representing France. And yes, of course, we're talking about opera here, because remember, she won Prodigy's season 11 last year, and now because of this success, France Television has decided to select her. So the song is beautiful, the lyrics is beautiful, and I really have to say this was beautiful. Nothing else much to say about it except for a little caveat that this is too much. I don't think so if this would win, but I don't think so. So A plus for Regard. And now we got some of the possible winners that might get a little more interesting. Number 3, Akilas with the song Ferto, representing Greece. At first, when I heard the snippet of his song, it was okay. But when I heard the whole song, I was amazed that I have to say that I have to upgrade his ranking from an A- to an A. And when it won Sing for Greece, I decided to upgrade it to an A+. Of course, it is basically Europapa, but much more of an Greek basis, of course. Except without the Euro stuff, of course. I really love his vocals in a little more of an sassy tone, which is very, very great. And of course, ballad stuff, which is impressive. But somehow that break is so interesting to hear in such a way that I have to say this was a beautiful but still great song. And overall, I think this would be a great winner, which would be amazing. So I really love Ferto, so a straight A+. But I don't think if this would win because we got 2 other contenders. One of which is Felicia with the song My System, representing Sweden. Vocals-wise, it is great. Song-wise, it is impressive. Lyrics-wise, it is great. The performance, well staged, of course. Flashing lights. The overall use of, I think, a little 3D of some sorts, of course, a little projection of Felicia with her eye mask, which is impressive. And everything else, it is so beautiful to say that Sweden would have another winner, and would officially break their tie with Ireland for the most wins. But I really love this song. Of course, the lyrics, tone, and everything else, and vocals is so amazing that I've given it an A+. But, of course, as always, number 1 on my list would be a projected winner because currently it is number 1 in the odds, and I have to say, this is so beautiful that even the Finnish viewers really loved it, and even worldwide. This song I'm talking about here is Leikin Heitin by Peter Parkonen and Linda Lampenas, representing Finland. And this was truly indeed a possible Eurovision winner for me. First of all, I really love Beats' vocals. His vocals are so amazing that I would say it is so deep and so amazing. But of course, the lyrics is so amazing. Also, Linda's violin being paired with this is so impressive that I have to say this was such a beautiful song that even the climax is so amazing. Of course, the ending part is also climatic, which is so amazing. I just said amazing too many times, and I have to say this was truly a beautiful song that I have to give it an A+, a straight A+. Hopefully this would win, and hopefully we would go to either Helsinki or Tampere next year. Hopefully this happens. So with that out of the way, that's it for my top 35 before the rehearsals in this year's Eurovision Song Contest. And of course, as we know, a lot of things have happened. And to be honest, this was truly a great selection for the most part. I love some of the songs, but still, it was truly a great selection compared to last year, except that a little bit of an downward spiral because of those five countries that just withdrew from the contest. These were like some Iceland, Ireland, Netherlands, Slovenia, and Spain. But yeah, I think of course, as we know, this wouldn't be the same as this. Of course, next year, of course, I don't know, but we'll see. But hopefully, this would be great once we get through next couple of weeks. But for now, this is basically what I have to say for my ranking. So, yeah, this is so long time to say. This would be it for this video. So with that, thank you guys for watching my long-awaited top 35 before the rehearsals of all the songs in this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell as I just said. And you can also check out my social media link in this show's homepage as well, where you can also check out my X, Instagram, and DeviantArt pages as well. And with that out of the way, I'll be seeing you all at my NF 120 video, where I'm gonna showcase my top 120 songs from every national final, excluding the winners. And including Spain. Yes, we're going to explain a little more soon. So with that, my name is Duncan Nichols. Thank you so much for watching this long-awaited video, and we'll always be united by music. Peace out.